sports talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, we got a fight coming up this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Canelo Alvarez versus Gennady Golovkin. Um, I'm not much interested in it, right? You know what I'm saying? For just from a fan standpoint, you know, my interest is not there, but it's still two top from middleweight to super middleweight fighters, two of the best ones out there. But you know, my problem with this fight is it's like I look at it like it's a semifinal at best. Matter of fact, it's a semifinal at best. So, you know, I'm not really that hyped to see the fight because I know the circumstances and how it, you know, it came about. Now we're looking at, we're looking at this fight. Now you got to imagine, I'm saying here, this fight could be what, 30 to 50% more lucrative if certain things would have happened before this fight, that third fight. And you're talking about, Roy Jones was saying the other day, he was saying, you know, Gennady Golovkin is more motivated than Canelo for this fight. Gennady been wanting this fight 6 or 7 years. I've probably exaggerated since their last fight, right? So, you know, it's been a while since their second fight. Well, in the same time, you're in a parallel universe. You had Jamal Charlo and Demetrius Andrade in the same division, right? And we could have had a 4-man tournament, right? All the champions in the tournament. Everybody's a champion. Canelo, Gennady Golovkin, Demetrius Andrade, Jamal Charlo, and we have a little tournament pop off, right? And you know, then the two come out, and then Canelo beats Charlo, Gennady Golovkin beats Andrade, or whatever, mix and match. But and then the two come out, and that's Canelo and Gennady Golovkin right now. Then this fight is off the charts because something happened, you know, since the last fight that makes us hyped about this one. Gennady Golovkin hasn't, you know, really, he's kept it low. He didn't want to fight, you know, Andrade was mandated to fight Charlo. We didn't do that. Stayed with them Steve Roses of the world, and that Darren Chinko fight scared him, so he wasn't going to go mess with no Andrade or nothing like that, even though they was by the zone. Same thing with Canelo. So Canelo was, you know, he just said, I don't care if it's an undisputed fight, I'm not. You know, and Jamal Charlo over there standing in the mandatory line. Jamal Charlo was standing in the you know, because you the bomb. You first. I'm first in the mandatory line. You know, everybody got to get behind me, right? And then all of a sudden somebody start cutting. You know what I'm saying? Somebody start cutting, they call him in first. Yeah, anybody could come behind Charlo. But for Charlo, it was a franchise title, so he couldn't fight Canelo. But anybody else probably would have been able to. You know, so, you know, those are the things, and that's what makes this fight not so interesting for me, where I'm going to watch it right away. You know what I mean? That's the point. You know, it's like, I don't know, you know, when you just won't fight somebody for a long time, no matter in what, you know, weight division, what circumstance, what promotion company, then how am I supposed to take the two guys that are fighting so serious when I know there's guys that they just, you know, basically demand not to fight? And then you look at the guys, and yeah, when the guys, the type of people this happens to, are undefeated champions who are awesome, you know. But there you have it, you know. Boom, you beat up an undefeated champion, that's awesome. And you beat up an undefeated champion, that's awesome. You two crystallize yourselves as the baddest ones. And damn it, it's on. No matter what the circumstance, then it's bigger. You know what I'm saying? Tyson Fury and Usyk, that ain't the two I wanted to see in the final, right? But those are the two in the final. And it's going to be big because, damn it, it's the final. You know what I'm saying? So my only point here is Canelo and Gennady Golovkin might be a decent fight. This is a fight between two guys with pretty damn good chins and you know, being able to take some punishment. Gennady's 40 years old, but I can see one scenario where Canelo could stop Gennady Golovkin. And I'm not saying to the head or something necessarily, right? What I'm saying is Gennady Golovkin can be hurt to the body. Darren Chinko did it, and the others. Somebody else did it as well, but can be hurt to the body a little bit. Canelo hits well to the body, go to the body, and then have him protecting that body because you've been going to it and hurting him. Then maybe you can hit him in the head good enough to where it could probably be a stoppage or something. But I can see that as far as Golovkin goes, beating Canelo, he gonna have to do a lot. He gonna have to do a lot, you know, because I just, you know, I don't see Golovkin doing better against Canelo than he did in the first fight. You see what I'm saying? I don't see that happening years later like this. So that's my problem. He won the damn first fight. I hate when that happens to fighters, you know, because now he don't have a win on his record. He's beaten Canelo before, right? And he don't have nothing for that, right? He's got a draw. And he was in the second fight, and he's got a loss, you know. So I know it's really weird. So I don't see him doing better in those first fights. I see Canelo possibly doing a little bit better than he has because of the simple fact in the second fight he was able to stand in front of him and get a win standing in front of him. And now he's fought guys that with the punching power of a Golovkin, not necessarily for middleweight, but when you're talking about fighting a light heavyweight, then the punching power. I'm not gonna count Kovalev because Kovalev was a ghost on that night. Something was wrong with him. But I'm saying is, you know, if you know, taking light heavyweight punches with Bivol and stuff like that. So I just think he's going to be prepared for Golovkin shots. They're going to meet at 168. We'll see what's happening. I probably won't watch it live, but I'm going to watch it eventually without knowing what the result is. But this fight here is not that much interest like it should be. And I'm going to tell you, 30 to 50% more interest if these guys were coming off wins over Jamal Charlo and Demetrius Andrade. And y'all know it. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.